Hey everyone. Happy, beautiful day. um, yeah, hello to you wherever you are in the world, morning, afternoon, evening. I know I often get to connect with so many of you at different times in their day. So thank you so much for joining. This is day 6 of Start with Love. And I wanted to share with you, I suppose, it's one of my favorite affirmations that I like to go to. So this is one of the big. I mean, I know so many of you. I think probably I feel like almost all of us are practicing these affirmations or intentions or declarations, and I guess for me, in my perspective, they're all kind of the same thing. Intentions are a little bit more, if you'll work with me around this vocabulary, intentions for me are a little bit more goal oriented. It's like when I really want to sort of set my, like my mode of action somewhere. Affirmations and declarations are kind of the same thing for me. It's just kind of like, I stated, and so it is. And one of the things that I've learned recently that I'd heard, so many times before, but it just clicked, in the past few months. And this is that our mind, our imagination, our mind doesn't have the capacity to understand the difference between what we're imagining, what we're visualizing, and what's actually happening in our reality. So once that clicked for me, it was like this, like I could have a lot of fun with this, and it kind of just opened, opened my imagination to like, what can I do with this? So I really started to work with affirmations and declarations, and I'm going to talk about some different kinds. I also find, I do them all the time now, and I'm not going to think of the name. Michael Beckwith introduced it to me. It'll come to me. But so it's like these, sometimes when things aren't going the way, when my mind is stuck in victim, or when I want to, like when I feel like I don't like the way this is going, then I just, Veronica, you're going to pop on and you're going to tell me what it is. Yeah, I flip the switch, and it's like, and then my mind's like, oh, well, you got it. So today that's what I'm talking about, and what I want to share as one of my strategies for Start with Love, or coming back to love, is one of the common affirmations that I use. And in particular, the one that I'm sharing today is one that I use. One of my recurring patterns is to slip into the pain body. And I don't like to stay there for very long, because it really just distracts me from like reality, what's really going on in front of me, which is where I want to be. So this one I like to go to, and I love the idea that I can declare this and my mind doesn't know the difference between what's happening here and what I'm telling it. So it's almost like just like it is for me. I believe it as a complete reset. I say it, I declare it, and I wait for the universe to just, deliver me that result. And I use it over and over, because the more that I say it, the more that my mind and my body are going to embody it. So so today is a share to take me, because it takes me out of my pain body. So that is something that doesn't serve me, and it brings me back into a mindset of love. I guess that's the thing too, when we come back to love, and what I love about, being able to share this series of videos with you is, there's so many ways we can come back to love. There's so many ways that love can exist in our lives if we just, really expand our minds and open our minds to it. Hey, JP, thanks for popping on. How are you? So this one for me is coming back to love, because like I said, I feel disconnected when I'm in my pain body, and also caring for and loving our body and connecting and respecting our body is a form of love. So I mean, obviously, like I do this often when I'm in meditation. I do this often, if I'm in bed before I get up, when I'm going to bed. I'll do it when I'm driving around. Sorry, I lost you for a second there on Facebook. I'll do it when I'm driving around. And so it sounds different, like it's always sort of the same underlying intention, but the phrasing and the vocabulary can be different, right? It's all based on that same intention and the message that you really want to be wiring into the brain and then processing through into the body. I'm going to read because I've written it down in a few places, though. I told you, I knew you were going to pop on. And I knew I was just talking about how I do the empowered questions. See, I knew you'd trigger it for me. So empowered questions or statements are another thing that line in with intentions and declarations. So I'm going to read this one, though. This is one one of the two that I have written down, but it's pretty much when I do it. Oh my goodness, I keep losing you guys on Facebook. my connection's poor. So it'll differ, right? It doesn't have to be perfect and the language doesn't have to be identical, right? When you're creating it. I know a lot of you know this because you do it already, but so that's why I'm reading it, is just because this was like, the basis that I work from. So this idea too that I'm telling my mind and my body. So I had a friend who was like, I just like to say things, a colleague, I guess, who says like, activate now. So I thought I love that because again, we just tell our body like, I'm shifting to believe this. So I thought, because I was in my pain body, I started with DNA, activate now. And then I followed with, may all the cells be in total alignment and healthy operation. All the cells of my skin will be luminous and radiant and functioning in full order with no abnormalities, skin and through my body. And so it is because I believe it. So just this, right? Like I'm declaring and I'm telling my mind, I'm telling my brain that I believe it. So it is. And like I said, I do these over and over. Like I don't just do this statement once, but I'm telling it to myself over and over. And this is for me one of my strategies to come back to love, because I'm not going to, and I guess I do recognize too that sometimes our bodies just need to rest and recover. But I also I can catch myself when I'm in, like I knew I was in like this victim mindset, right? And I knew it wasn't serving me. My energy was off. Actually, I thought, it's kind of funny because, like DNA activate now, I said that and then kind of almost sunk deeper into the pain body. But it was like, I literally told the structure of my body to change. So, I have to take it with a grain of salt and understand too that sometimes we are going through a transition. Sometimes our body just needs to rest and digest. But I often know when I'm in the pain body that it is a form of me slipping into the victim mindset. So coming to these affirmations and these declarations is really great because your brain is just like, you're doing so well. You're feeling really good. Actually, all of the cells in your body are crystalline and pure, and we just end up feeling really great. So that's one of my strategies. So I wanted to share it with you. It's one I've been doing a lot, like I said, because I didn't feel like hanging around in my pain body. So I hope that is helpful. And if you have any questions about it, drop me a message. Thanks, B. And connect tomorrow for day 7 of Start With Love. And if you are just catching this one for the first time and you'd like to see some of the other days without having to scroll through my timeline, you can go to my website, which is, I just keep losing everyone on Facebook. YouTube's streaming okay. You can catch my website, www.megwilliams.org. What else? And if you're watching me on Facebook, you can also go to my YouTube channel, which is Meg Williams, and subscribe and like there. And also, if you do hop over to my website, take a look at some of the other programs and keep your eyes open, because I've got some things coming up, and I would love to have you join me. Yeah, because I just love having you guys here, and I love connecting with you all. So if you're catching the replay, or if you're ever hopping on live, just say hello. Let me know where you're coming in from, and let's connect. So great. Thanks, everyone, for joining. I hope that any of these videos might prove to be helpful, useful, supportive. And you know what? I just love when our energies get to connect in this live chat forum. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 7. Love you guys all so much. Have a good one. Take care. Bye.